What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV coming to you from Morgantown, West Virginia. So I'm walking along the river here. Calming river. It's my first time in West Virginia. And the song West Virginia Country Road is kind of going through my mind here. Now, the river's name is Monongahela. I apologize for getting that wrong because I know I did. This river, I believe, actually is one of the three rivers that are in Pittsburgh that meets the Allegheny and turns into the Ohio. It's just the name is not the easiest for foreigners, or out-of-staters, I should say. Either way, we're going to explore around West Virginia here, since it's my first time. There's a few states in the country I've never been to. Vermont, I was almost there, just didn't make it. But it's all good. Look at this. What do we got down there? Is that a duck or a beaver? Let's see here. Almost look like a beaver. But I'm gonna head down to the historical area. Interesting story is my dad and his family actually lived here when he was a kid. He used to play football against Bobby Bowden. No, Bobby Bowden's son, Terry Bowden. So, for me, visiting Morgantown is something that I've always felt like I should do or want to do. Just never got around to it. It's kind of hard to get here. There's no airport. From Pittsburgh, you would take a Greyhound or a rental car, of course. But public transport wise, this is a very tough one to get to. Now, it is home to the West Virginia Mountaineers, and I believe when they do college football, they arrive into Pittsburgh's airport, which is about an hour and a half away. I came in from an Uber. Cost about 118 bucks. So let's pick up once we get into the old town. Well, it looks like we're in Monongahela County. And yeah, so here's the main drag, I believe. We're just going to walk up here. We continue to explore here the courthouse square. Any of you guys ever been to West Virginia? The Mountaineers. That's what the college mascot is. Oh, okay. Very interesting. I'm actually looking for some lunch. See what kind of lunch they got out here. Wonder which way I should go. Peruvian rotisserie chicken. Is that open? Let's give it a whirl. El Pollo. Oh, I almost forgot to show you guys, but this is the Chicken Steakhouse Club, or Melt, I should say. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Well, after having a little bit of Peruvian cuisine, back out on the main street area here. This is High Street. So I was talking to some of the locals, and I said, "What is there to do here?" And they said, "Well, on the weekends, this is where the college kids go. They go down here to downtown. But being that it's a Monday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, of course, not much going on." Is that the tier? Soul food restaurant. said like the top clubs that everyone goes to. The Prism, Joe Mama's. He said Joe Mama's gets going. And some place called Prism. Now, as far as activities go, he said go out to Cooper's Rock. This Fayette Street. So I'm hoping to get like a chiropractor or some sort of massage that can pop my back. I don't know what's causing my back pain. There's a nice neighborhood here. So, still walking around Monday. See some people out and about, but definitely relaxed at this hour. So hopefully I'll come across a massage, and then I'll feel better, or get a chiropractor if they have one. I saw they have a massage envy. The Cooper's Hill or Cooper's Rock or whatever, it says it's like a 20-minute drive from here. So I don't know if I'll be able to get out that way. Alright, so as I was walking around, I did find a massage, and they really took care of my back. So there was like a Asian massage place right over there that did a great job, and really great job. So back out into Morgantown. I'm thinking I might head down to Charleston. It's already 3 p.m. and supposedly Charleston's the biggest city in West Virginia, 150,000 people. But it is what it is. Let's see here. I'm gonna go down here, scope out the river. I must be honest with you, if there was ever like a backwoods of America, I could see how this could be it. You know, like a place that's kind of stuck in time a bit. I'm sure there's places down in Mississippi and Alabama, because I've been down there, that are like that. But it's rare to find, at least in my travels, I haven't really seen many areas that have been kind of left behind by the progress of the country. But this is definitely one of those places. It's not a bad thing. It just means that for those of you who are looking for a little bit more peace and quiet, you might be able to find that down in West Virginia for sure. I think that's kind of obvious, I guess. It's not really some big revelation that I'm having here that others haven't had, right? So what's this say? Iron furnaces were busy in Monongalia County at early date. At Rock Forge, Samuel Hanway started work 1798 on the Cheat River. Samuel Jackson built a furnace, the latter plant. Under the Ellicotts worked 1,200 men. I really like this trail they have here. I've asked a couple times how to pronounce it. You're not going to believe this. Even one of the locals that lives here, I asked him how to pronounce the river, and he said, no, he tried to pronounce it, and he's like, wait, one second. And he went, like, asked somebody, came back, and he still didn't even pronounce it right. So it's not the easiest river to pronounce, and I'm not the only one. I'm really thinking that I've got to go to Charleston here. And the way to get there, there's two ways to get there. Either I take a Uber, which will probably cost me $200, and there's not even a guarantee that they'll have Ubers here, because I tried to get an Uber from the Marriott to here, and it was totally booked. Well, there was someone, but it was taking forever to find the ride. Either way, I'll have to see here. There is a Greyhound that leaves at 5:30. I just don't know where the Greyhound station is. We have a duck family down here. Let me see. How do I zoom in? Nope. Either way, bunch of baby ducks with the mom. This is amphitheater here. Almost seems like that's a train station up there. I suppose I should go up and investigate. Well, it could be an old train station. No, it's definitely an amphitheater. Historic depot, yep. So it seems like they ripped up the old train tracks, put in a park. So this area here is called the Wharf District. Okay, so this is the WVU Women's Rowing something. Monarch City, USA. Here you have the Waterfront Plaza. This is where Marriott Hotel is. So, I was looking up the price to go to Charleston, West Virginia, and the price is $15 on a bus, Greyhound, and it would take about 3.5 hours, which typically those are delayed a little bit too, so that's gonna something to factor in. And then to do the Uber in a van, it'll take 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, something like that, and it would cost $400 and something. Or if I take a regular car, that'll cost me around $220. I don't know. The thing is, I have to wait for that Greyhound 5 o'clock, so I'd have to wait 2 hours. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. How much is my time worth? I'm $100 an hour. I don't know. Either way, you could just see, you could walk this for a long ways up and down the river. I'm gonna go up to plan out what I'm gonna do now. Well, I'll have to come back to Morgantown. I'm actually headed to Charleston right now. I've got to make headway to Tennessee, going to Pigeon Forge, so that's what's got me pushing so hard. But we'll definitely be back here one day and explore all the many sites. All right, So I have now made it to Charleston. That took about 2.5 hours to get here. I ended up just taking the private car. If I took the bus, I wouldn't be here until like 9:30, and it was just like wasting my time to wait that long. So the weather is more sunny down here. There was lots of rain up there in the northern part of West Virginia. And now I'm going to take you down to the downtown area here. This is Martin Luther King Jr. Way. I'm going to eat at that Outback Steakhouse tonight because I am hungry for a steak, as you can imagine. Okay, so we are here downtown, 5th Street. See if we can find some action. Maybe go down towards the river, I don't know. But 5th Street looks pretty busy. Looks like there's people in there. Alright, so I think this is the main drag here. Capitol Street. And yes, it is. Nice little downtown. Kind of reminds me of Charlotte. For sure. A lot like Charlotte. What I'm really looking for right now is a steak. Whether it be Outback or what, I just know Outback has one. All this time in the United States and I've barely had a steak. DT Prime. If anyone's gonna have a steak, it's gonna be those guys, isn't it? Let's see what they got. Alright, so I came to DT Prime. This is some bread here. Got a house salad here. Alright, well there's my New York strip. Well, after coming from Morgantown, this town is much more developed. I mean, Morgantown is where West Virginia University is, you know. University of, or well, actually, it's WVU, so it is West Virginia University. But I wasn't expecting much here. A lot more here than I expected. Reminds me a bit of Lexington. Not so much Cincinnati. Or I'm sorry, Louisville. Got a little bit of a Louisville vibe to it. But Jimmy Jones. Yeah, the ride down from Morgantown to here took about 2.5 hours. There was a big rainstorm, and the driver wasn't really concerned, but I was. But he said they don't hydroplane out here because it's so many hills. Whereas in Florida, hydroplaning is common because it's so flat. So I decided we'd come down to the river. I believe this is the Ohio River, but I'm not certain. Nope, it's the Kanawha River. Oh, 4 Points by Sheraton, that's where it is. Should have stayed there. I'm staying at the Marriott. Marriott's got to be like 50 years old hotel. I was like, why is the 4 Points more expensive than the Marriott? must be a good deal. That's what I was thinking. Then I got to the Marriott and I was like, uh-oh. Now I know. Summer Street. So from here, I've got to figure out my plans. There's nothing really south of here for a long haul. I could try to do a Greyhound, but it's going to be a long haul. I could try to do an Amtrak, but that's not until Wednesday, so it looks like I might have to fly out of here. I don't really want to keep Ubering it, town hopping. The main reason I did West Virginia that way is because I've never actually been here before, and I wanted to see it, and I saw it, and that's it. It's just a lot of green rolling hills that look all the same, truly. And I'm sure there's mountains and hills and sites. There obviously is. There's a place, St. Albans, I think it's near here. There's a place in eastern West Virginia, where Washington politicians used to go many years ago. Nice area. But it was good to see West Virginia. It's a land of rolling green hills and rivers. That's basically the two things that stand out for me about West Virginia. Glad I came here. Now I just got to figure out where to go next because it's kind of remote over here. So it's a challenge. So anyways, that's a wrap from West Virginia. We saw two of the main towns. I know I didn't do nearly as much tourist stuff or attraction hunting as some of you may have liked, but the rain up in Morgantown came down really hard. I had to get out of there because it was going to be raining non-stop. Thankfully it's not raining as bad down here. So see you on the next one. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider watching our Pittsburgh video or more from Tennessee.